Some cultures don't fear being forgotten. They fear being misunderstood. That's why certain traditions are never explained, never advertised, and never meant for outsiders to witness. Tonight, you're about to hear stories the world usually keeps quiet. Travel shows promise discovery. Social media promises access. But the truth is, most of the world is never shown at all. Behind famous landmarks and tourist rituals, there exist cultural practices deliberately kept invisible. Not because they are illegal, not because they are dangerous, but because they lose their meaning the moment they are watched. These are the hidden cultures of the world. Real traditions, real people, and real secrets. In the highlands of Madagascar, there are villages where silence holds more power than speech. Here, certain families practice unspoken mourning rituals that never appear in guidebooks. When a death occurs, names of the deceased are avoided for years, not out of fear, but belief. Speaking the name too soon is thought to confuse the spirit, preventing it from finding its place beyond the living world. Visitors are never told this rule, because explaining it risks breaking it. To outsiders, the silence feels cold. To locals, it is protection. In parts of rural India, there are villages where mirrors are covered at night, not during funerals, not during festivals, but every night. The belief is simple. After dark, reflections may not always belong to you. Elders teach that mirrors can invite wandering intentions, not spirits exactly, but unfinished thoughts left behind by generations before. Tourists often mistake this as superstition, but locals don't argue. They simply keep the mirrors hidden and let outsiders sleep unaware. Now imagine a desert community in North Africa where storytelling is treated as a dangerous skill. Certain stories are never told before sleep. Others are forbidden entirely during specific seasons. Why? Because words are believed to shape events. A poorly timed story could wake something meant to remain dormant. Not a creature, but a pattern, a sequence of misfortune. Visitors are entertained with harmless folklore, while the real stories remain locked behind rules no tourist ever hears. In Eastern Europe, there are mountain villages where children are taught something unsettling from a young age. Never whistle indoors, never hum unfamiliar melodies, because sound, when repeated without meaning, is believed to invite repetition in life itself. Illness, loss, accidents. Tourists laugh at this rule. Locals do not correct them. Some traditions survive because they are never defended, only practiced. Deep in the Amazon region, certain tribes still observe ritual fasting periods that are invisible to outsiders. No announcement, no ceremony. Entire communities simply stop eating together. Not for health, not for punishment, but to reset the balance between desire and restraint. Foreigners may notice the silence, the lack of communal meals, but they are never told why. Because hunger, in this culture, is not weakness. It is memory. Across these cultures, a pattern begins to emerge. The most powerful traditions are not the loudest, not the most dramatic. They are the ones that survive quietly, without explanation, without translation, hidden not by walls, but by choice. The world is not running out of mysteries. It is simply choosing which ones remain unseen. Some cultures don't need to be understood to continue existing. They only need to be left untouched. And if you sense there are still parts of humanity you were never meant to fully understand, you're probably right. This world has many more secrets, and they are in no hurry to be revealed.